Alright, we're on Chapter 4, Lesson 3, Multiplying Fractions. Please turn to page 273. Alright, multiplying fractions, it's easy. Step 1, simplify within the problem. Simplify within the problem. And then step 2 is multiply across. And you're asking, well, can't I just multiply across and then simplify afterwards? Of course you can. But when your numbers are big, the higher your numbers, the higher the multiplication, the more chances of making mistakes. So if you simplify within, you're dealing with small numbers. We have a guest speaker. Luke, take it away.
Use an area model to show 1/2 of 2/3, or 1/2 times 2/3. Divide the rectangle into 2 rows. Then divide it into 3 columns. Shade a rectangle that is 1/2 unit wide by 2/3 unit long. Refer to the model. The section that was shaded represents 1/2 times 2/3. What fraction represents 1/2 times 2/3? Alright, so we're going to go 1/2 times 2/3, 2, 6, and that's equal to 1/3. So, answer is 1/3. What is the relationship between the numerators and denominators of the factors and the numerator and denominator of the product?
The answers are the same. The factors and the product are the same. Why? Because when we multiply, you're using the factors of the number, and you're simplifying based on the factors. Thank you, Luke, for showing up. Have a great day. So when we multiply, again, we're multiplying the numerators and then we're multiplying the denominators. One thing that I just want you to be aware of, when you have a fraction A over B, B cannot ever be equal to 0. So that's what this statement right here means. You can never have 0 as the denominator. Alright, so let's look at the examples. In example 1, we have 1/3 times 1/4. 1/3 times 1/4, which equals 1/12. And again, we know that when we're multiplying fractions together, we're going to produce numbers that are smaller than the original numbers. Why? Because you're cutting a small number into an even smaller part. Alright, gotta go. See you in a minute. Pause the video. Isn't he cute? Did you get what I got? I got 3/10, 1/4, and 5/9. Notice that in number B, we can eliminate both 3's because 3 goes into 3 one time. So then we only have the 1/4 left. Again, you could have brought it as 3/12 and simplify it to 1/4, but it's easier to simplify within the problem. Turn the page. Again, we talked about simplification before you multiply. By doing this, you're finding a common factor. So you're looking for factors that the numbers have in common. Alright, let's look at example number 2. We have 3/4 times 5/6. 4 does not have anything to do with 5, but 3 goes into 6 2 times. Notice again, I draw my arrow in the direction of the larger number, just so that it helps me ensure that I put my answer in the correct space. And 3/4 times 5/6 is 5/8. Are there any questions to that problem? Alright, let's look at example number 3. Here we have 4/9 times 18. So again, when we think about that, that's about half of 18, which is 9. So we know our answer is somewhere around 9. We need to put 18 over 1 because it's a whole number. We need to represent it as a fraction. Again, we look for relationships. If you multiply 4 times 18, you get a big number. And then you have to divide that by 9. So again, if we can eliminate the big number right off the bat, your numbers are smaller. So 9 goes into 18 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8 over 1. 8 over 1 is 8. And again, the math is easy. Get it, got it, go. Pause the video. See you soon. Did you get what I got? I got 1/3, 3/4, and 6. Let's look at problem number E. When we have problem number E, we have 5, 6 times 9 tenths. We know 5 goes into 10 2 times, but then we have a 6 and a 9. I can carry them out and go 9 twelfths. Then I know that they're divisible by 3 and come up with 3/4. But I can also simplify within the problem because I know that they're multiples of 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So I can simplify those within the problem and then bring them out and end up with the same answer of 3/4. So you have to figure out, is it easier in that case when it's not a clear total multiple, whether you want to simplify within the problem or simplify outside the problem. Both will get you the same answer. Turn the page. Okay, and lastly we have a word problem. Frank had 1/2 of the lawn left to mow. On Saturday he mowed 2/3 of what was left. What fraction of the entire lawn did he mow on Saturday? So again, we know this is a multiplication problem. We have 1/2 times 2/3. The 2's disappear because 2 over 2 is 1. So he mowed 1/3 of the lawn on Saturday. Please do the guided practice. See you soon. Did you get what I got? Number 1, I got 1/16. 2, I got 8/15. 3, I got 8. 4, I got 9. 5, I got 1/4. And 6, I got 1/2. And again, remember, let's do this one large. This was 3/10 times 5, 6. 3 goes into 6 2 times, 5 goes into 10 2 times. The top does not become 0, the top becomes 1. Why? Because 5/10 is 1/2, and 3/6 is 1/2. And then 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 2 is 4. So again, remember that when you're crossing out the number, the smaller of the two numbers, it does not become 0, it becomes 1. Okay, and then number 7, 1/2 times 1/3 is 1/6, so we ate 1/6 of the sandwich. And number 8, let's talk about number 8. If two possible fractions are less than 1, why is their product also less than 1? Because you're dividing it into a smaller portion. I'm using the word divide, which kind of sounds scary when we're talking about multiplication, but you're reducing the amount because you're making them into smaller pieces. You're looking for the intersection of the two fractions, which is going to make a smaller subset of the two fractions. So, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.